Resident Evil is one of the most well-known survival horror game series of all time, spawning numerous sequels and spin-offs. Throughout these games, players can read diary entries, memos, and letters located throughout the scenarios, some depicting horrifying events. Today we look at 5 of some of the scariest Resident Evil files. For this list, we will be focusing on Resident Evil 1 and 2. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out my other Resident Evil countdowns. Links can be found in the description. We have stepped into a world of survival horror. Good luck. Number 5. Keeper's Diary. This Resident Evil file is a diary of an employee working for Umbrella at the Spencer Mansion. The employee was supposedly responsible for feeding some of the bioexperiments that Umbrella created using the deadly T-virus. It then becomes apparent that the employee himself becomes infected with the deadly agent. The worker describes the unfortunate symptoms of the virus, and then slowly descends into insanity. May 9th, 1998. At night, we played poker with Scott, the guard, and Elias and Steve, the researchers. Steve was very lucky, but I think he was cheating. What a scumbag. May 10th, 1998. Today, a high-ranking researcher asked me to take care of a new monster. It looks like a gorilla without any skin. They told me to feed them live food. When I threw in a pig, they were playing with it, tearing off the pig's legs and pulling out its guts before they actually ate it. It was absolutely disgusting. May 11th, 1998. Around 5 o'clock this morning, Scott came in and woke me up suddenly. He was wearing a protective suit that looks like a spacesuit. He told me to put one on as well. I heard there was an accident in the basement lab. It's no wonder. Those researchers never rest, even at night. May 12th, 1998. I've been wearing this annoying spacesuit since yesterday. My skin grows musty and I feel very itchy. By way of revenge, I didn't feed those dogs today. I feel better already. May 13th, 1998. I went to the medical room because my back is all swollen and feels itchy. They put a big bandage on my back and the doctor told me not to wear the spacesuit anymore. Maybe this means I can finally get a good night's rest. May 14th, 1998. When I woke up this morning, I found a blister on my foot. It was annoying, and I ended up dragging my foot as I went to the dog's pen. They've been quiet since morning, which is very unusual. I found that some of them had escaped. I'll be in some real trouble if the higher-ups find out. May 15th, 1998. Even though I didn't feel well, I decided to go see Nancy. It's my first day off in a long time. But I was stopped by a guard on the way out. They say the company has ordered no one leave the grounds. I can't even make a phone call. What kind of a joke is this? May 16th, 1998. I heard a researcher who tried to escape from this mansion was shot last night. My entire body feels burning and itchy at night. When I was scratching the swelling on my arms, a lump of rotten flesh dropped off. What the hell is happening to me? May 19th, 1998. Fever gone, but itchy. Hungry. Eat doggy food. Itchy. Itchy. Scott came. Ugly face. So I killed him. Tasty. Itchy. Tasty. Number 4. Chief's Diary. Chief Irons was in charge of the Raccoon City Police Department at the time of the Raccoon City incident. Other files indicate that Chief Irons was not only aware, but even involved with Umbrella's illegal activities. He himself later admits to this before being killed. Irons was an extremely unstable individual, as reflected in his diary entries.
September 23rd. It's all over. Those imbeciles from Umbrella have finally done it. Despite all their promises, they've ruined my town. Soon the streets will be infested with zombies. I'm beginning to think that I may have even been infected myself. I'll kill everyone in town if this turns out to be true. September 24th. I was successful in spreading confusion among the police as planned. I've made sure that no one from the outside will come to help. With delays in police actions, no one will have a chance to escape my city alive. I've seen to it personally that all escape routes from inside the precinct have been cut off as well. There are several survivors still attempting to escape through the lower levels, but I'll make sure no one gets out. September 26th. I've had a change of heart about the remaining survivors inside the precinct. I decided to hunt them down myself. I shot Ed in the back through the heart less than an hour ago. I watched him wither in pain upon the floor in a pool of his own blood. The expression on his face was positively exquisite. He died with his eyes wide open, staring up at me. It was beautiful. I wonder if the mayor's daughter is still alive. I let her escape so I could enjoy hunting her down later. I'm going to enjoy my new trophy. Yes, frozen forever in the pose I choose to give her.
Number 3. Mercenary's Diary. In this file, a unnamed mercenary describes the harsh treatment of Umbrella and is nearly executed. However, he survived, only to be driven to the point of suicide. His diary entries highlight just how soulless the Umbrella Corporation can be. Their employees are 100% expendable to them.
September 1st. Following 6 months of intensive training, my body's edge had returned. I was a good soldier, but they ordered my execution with no reason given. I was tortured and forced to give a false confession. But on the morning of my execution, a miracle happened. The company had helped me out, given me a second lease on life. September 15th. I ended my vacation short and returned to the HQ office. It looks like my UBCS unit's been called into action. Umbrella maintains its own paramilitary unit to counter corporate terrorism and VIP abduction. In addition, they have nightmen who specialize in handling problems caused by illegal products. I'm currently a member of the latter. September 28th. Dawn's here, but we're still slogging through this nightmare. There are no provisions of any kind here. The undead walk the streets, feeding upon the flesh of the living. Given the choice again, I would rather have been executed. Death Row was a heavenly asylum compared to this place. I've chosen to pull the trigger myself, in the hope that my dead body won't come back to life. Umbrella, you fucks.
Number 2. Suicide Note. This is yet again another victim of Umbrella. This individual explains that he had to kill one of his coworkers. He then realizes that he will never be able to see his loved ones again, and he has to commit suicide in order to avoid a gruesome flesh-eating death, making this file one of the scariest.
I had to do it. We ran from those things, helping each other to survive. But Robert started to show the symptoms. I had to do it. Those damn things are pure evil. There was no other way. I know he would have done the same if it were the other way around. After I put him out of his misery, I had to just put him in the bathroom. Now I'm probably the last one. How could this happen? I'll never forgive myself for being part of this project. Eventually I'll get what's coming to me though. There's no way to escape from this nut house. It's just a matter of time now. Everything is set. All I need is a little courage to get it done. Knowing that I'll leave many things undone is a regret beyond words. But this is better than just waiting to turn into one of them. Please understand, and at least let me end my life as a person. Linda, please forgive me.
Number 1. Trevor's Diary. For the number 1 spot is the diary of an architect named George Trevor, the very man who designed the Spencer Mansion. George Trevor was considered to be a loose end by Oswell E. Spencer, president of Umbrella. He was captured and as an act of cruelty was led to believe that he could escape his confinement, only to be condemned to a cold, lonely death. This file is the saddest and most terrifying documented account of the inhumane treatment of the tyrannical Umbrella Corporation.
November 24th, 1967. 11 days have passed since arriving on this estate. How did I end up like this? A guy in a lab coat came with a plate of skimpy meal and said to me, "Sorry to put you through this, but it's for security reasons." That's when it hit me. It all makes sense now. There are only 2 people that know the secret of this mansion: Sir Spencer and myself. If they kill me, Sir Spencer will be the only person that knows the secret. But for what purpose? Oh, doesn't matter now. It's too dangerous here. My family, I hope they're all right. I've decided to escape. Jessica, Lisa, I pray you're safe. November 26, 1967. How could I be so careless? I've lost my favorite lighter, the one Jessica gave me for my birthday. Now it's going to be that much harder to get out of this dark place. November 13th, the date when my fate was sealed. My aunt was hospitalized just 3 days before. Jessica and Lisa said they were going to visit her. I wish I could be there with them. But wait. Even as I'm writing, my memory's coming back to me more vividly. Just before I passed out, I remember the men in the lab coats said something like, "Most likely your family is already..." Oh, God. I pray for their safety. November 27th, 1967. Somehow, I managed to get out of that room. But getting out of this mansion won't be as easy. I have to get past all the booby traps. Tiger eyes, gold emblem. I have to try and remember for my own sake. November 29th, 1967. I can't get out. I've tried every possible way to escape, but only to be faced with the reality that I'm trapped. I've been everywhere. The laboratory, with the large glass tubes filled with formaldehyde, and those dark, wet, eerie caves. What can I do? At first, I didn't want to believe my eyes. But that familiar, high-heeled shoe in the corridor, it was like reflex. One name came to my mind. Jessica. I don't want to believe they share the same fate as me. No. I can't give up hope. I have to hope they're alive. November 30th, 1967. I haven't had anything to eat or drink for the past few days. I feel like I'm going crazy. Why is this happening to me? Why do I have to die like this? I was too obsessed with designing this ghastly mansion. Oh, I should have known better. November 31st, 1967. It was a dark and damp underground tunnel. And another dead end. But even in the darkness, something caught my eye. Carefully, I lit the last match. I had to see what it was. A grave. But deeply engraved onto the stone was my name. George Trevor. At that instant, it all became clear to me. Those bastards knew from the beginning that I'd die here, and I fell right into their trap. But it's too late now. I'm losing it. Everything is becoming so far away. Jessica, Lisa, forgive me. Because of my ego, I got both of you involved in this whole damn conspiracy. Forgive me. May God justify my death in exchange for your safety. George Trevor.